has to be created manually on Databricks. So what do you need to do that once you sign up the Databricks and keep the AWS account open and finish the sign up and registration process. Like you should have your account there. So basically, then like we are creating workspaces, right? Similarly, you need to create workspaces here also. And once you are done accordingly, you need to like uh, create some roles, S3 roles. So it's a small work. Like once you go into a Databricks, you need to go to manual. Then you need to put your credentials. Like you can create your workspace name, and storage step, choose configuration. You need to create in order to create workspace. You need to go to AWS console. You need to create a S3 bucket. Okay. In S3 bucket, this ARN number you need to give to here. So here in your workspace where you are creating, so this ARN number you need to copy and you need to paste into your this is your stuff, and then you need to deploy to like AWS, sorry, Databricks. So you need to give to Databricks this thing, then create credential and continue. So this is the credential that you might be getting over there, and then you need to go to the trust relationship. You need to copy this role and paste inside. You need to change this role here. Okay, so you need to make changes of role here. Arshia, is anyone here? Arshia, are you there? Anyone from Medforce? Yes.
Hi, good morning, Dipesh. This is
Hey, hi,
Shanti
good
from Air
morning.
Force.
Hey, hi. So yeah, in the last discussion with Arshia, she said in morning somebody from the Nevo Pro team will join in today's morning, and they will
Okay.
guide kind of thing.
Okay, let me connect with my backend team. Give me 1 minute, 2 minutes of time. I'll just
Sure.
check it. Yeah.
Yeah, when there is a process, you need to follow this process, and that is how you will be able to create a workspace, later on. Like I am able to create a workspace here. I can see this. I have created an account. I have this Databricks in Nevo Pro account, and I can actually access this.
Hi, Dipesh. This is Shanti from Air Force. Someone from our backend team will join at 9:30. Okay.
Okay, from Nevo Pro for
Yes, yes, yes. From your web.
okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so this is there is a certain way that you can create. So the team will come and they will guide you. Meanwhile, can we discuss? I have given you assignment to you guys last session, some analysis assignment, EDA assignments and all. So I wanted to have a look like how you have done, what you have done. Yeah, can you quickly, if anybody tell me like how many of two you have completed? Nikhil, are you there?
Hi Dipesh. So sorry I couldn't able to go through that assignment. Maybe somebody who's completed can share the screen.
I had given these two problem statement. One, like it was a kind of a EDL ELT, kind of thing, in which using PySpark, whatever we have gone through, with the help of that, we need to, examine, like the data, the pregnancy data, the diabetes one I have given you, and the case studies. What are the basic statistics you need to find out? Then any missing value, find out what are the distribution of each feature, how the different feature are correlated, explore the relationship between number of the basic questions were there. These are the stuff I have asked you. Then one more problem statement I've given on the New York Airbnb data. I believe no one have looked into that. Okay, but this has to be completed anyway. So we'll make sure that we'll do our assignments in sessions also. Few questions we will be doing like we have done on the last assignment when I given, similarly we'll be doing. So this is the plan. So meanwhile, what you can do that, um, you know, let's try to set up this data bricks. Like there are certain process that you need to achieve. There is a certain way you need to do. Basically, but again, if I tell you,
Hi, Dipesh.
I
Yeah, actually, I went through the second case study and uh, I have a question. Shall I share my screen?
please do that.
Please let me know once you're able to see it. Are you able
I
to see my screen?
I can.
Okay, so I just went through the first and second scenario. So in the second scenario, the question was um, the second question. How does the average price vary across different room types? So I tried to group by room type and get the average price based on the price column. But when I am grouping by, uh,
Mhm.
why do I get? There are three type of room types: shared type, shared room, entire room, and private room. But then why are these values also getting fetched? Like,
Can you check the data type,
yes, it was a string.
the string? So you need to convert now first. Or if you want this to get by the string only, then you can do that string indexer or kind of thing.
With string, do I need to follow some other process? Because when we do with company name and all, even those are string, right? Or do we need to convert it to some integer? No, where did it go?
You can do string indexer.
Okay, I'll try with string and indexer once. And
Mhm. You can try with string indexer.
because most of the columns which I tried to group by, it was same way. I'll have to start my cluster. I'll do it and we'll let you know if it works. We can proceed with the changes.
One of my student. So I'll show you. So basically, you guys can also prepare like this. So this is the Airbnb data analysis that I have asked you to do that. These are the data available. If my screen is visible to all of you,
Yes, Dipesh.
correct. So this is the data, and the very first, what we have done here is like, see, the data is here. The data has been taken up, like host ID, neighborhood, and all the data. So this is the problem statement basically. Then the some necessary libraries has been imported, like PySQL imported Spark Session, Spark Context Type imports, NumPy, Pandas, Keyboard, matplotlib inline, that's all been taken up. Then the Spark session builder.app name abc new york.get or create. The data has been taken up, and this is the display of the data. Got it? So once you display the data, data will look like something like this. Good enough? Yeah. So you can see that this is your data, and once the data we got in place, this is the schema of your data. Let me just okay. So you can have a look here. This is display df.print schema. Then see, we can either see, as mentioned, there are few columns you need to cast. Correct? You need to rename it. You need to change the type. Yeah. So for that reason, these are the columns like ID, host, longitude, latitude, price, minimum nights, number of reviews per month, last reviews, availability, calculated host string, and all. So that has been taken up into certain things. That has been casted. Once you do that, this is the all the columns that we had. So count of null values of each features. We have calculated all the null values, and then we are dropping the null values with column contains these things. You able to understand, guys? Hello. Yes, Dipesh. Yeah. So this has been taken up. So we actually drop the null value afterwards. Then this is the result of value. Then we need to filter based on something. So like this is the taken up we have taken up, so that we will get some kind of null values we have taken up. Then check the maximum value of calculated host listing count column. So this is the count column. This is the total. Then we are selecting a distinct count. So these are the different unique listing of data based on name. Then I did a visualization. So based on that, this is kind of a visualization we have done using plot. So this is the neighborhood in Queens, Brooklyn, Stickland, Manhattan, Bronx. So this is some visualization we have done on the top of it. Yeah, this is about average checking the room availability based on 365. You can see that based on 365 neighborhood, how the sum availability. So based on 365 days, how many times these are available? That has been taken up. Yeah. And then finding room types. So what are the different room types? So shared rooms, entire room, private room, visualization also been done. Then, finding the maximum price in room types, minimum based on this. So the data has been taken up by using collects and all. Maximum price in private room, vice price. So these are the functions we need to apply this. Until unless we're not able to do this. We have the group by based on count show, and then short column, and then printing based on the having the lesser count and based on neighborhood. So these are the stuff we have taken up. Find in a popular neighborhood group. So these are the popular neighborhood groups. From the result, Manhattan is the most popular neighborhood group from the people. So this is how we have taken up, combining the neighborhood group or room types. Yeah. So this has been average price in those places. A complete analysis has been done based on price. What is the correlation based on price? So these have been taken up. Later on, the regression also been done. So This is a complete ETL process has been done on the top of it and applied. We will do a few more case studies here, and I will have videos on to do that. That is the idea. Hi, is anyone here from the New Pro team now join?
Hello, hi, sir.
Hi, Karthik. So, how do you want any one of the participants should share their screen and we
Yes,
will
that's
guide them?
okay. Share a screen. So we have already created a lab for them.
Huh?
So they can share a screen. So Manoj will guide. There is a two steps. So what is the ID, sir, you're using? You can start the lab.
So,
You are asking for this credential? Means what you are asking? In his hello?
yeah, what happened? So, who has shared the screen? Nikhil, is it you are sharing your screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all of you, those who please follow the steps, everyone, because and make sure you will able to remember. So, this process they need to follow today and tomorrow, right?
Dipesh, can you share us the document,
Document, okay, just a
the
second.
one that you are showing?
Yeah, we I have sent you the documents also here. Uh, See, you don't have to go from here, Databricks. You can directly log into Databricks from
Okay.
anywhere. Just you need to put the mail ID, that's all.
Okay.
Just Databricks login and it will, yeah, just log in. Just put your mail ID here.
But my mail ID or this?
Mail ID. No, not this one. The premium when you created this, you might
Okay.
have given the mail ID, right? For premium account.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just put that.
Not this mail, I guess.
No, not this one. See, I'm
For
asking.
mail ID, I guess.
Uh, Not for the community version, the one you might have created for your personal AWS account when you have attached. So that one.
Okay. What should I do next?
Can you guide him? Hello,
Sorry?
Manoj, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah, please speak. Now you can speak and whatever you can see on the screen, please guide him how to do it. To do.
Yes, I'll take over from here. So can you please go to the AWS account?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So in the AWS account, can you open two tabs where one you can have it for IAM and one for S3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Can you go to roles in the left side under access?
Here, right?
Yes, this is S3 bucket. Yeah. So here under roles, can you click on this? So here at the bottom, you can see two roles: workspace deployment role and workspace storage role.
Yeah.
Yes, it's pre-created for this account. So can you click on the first role, the workspace deployment role?
Okay.
Can you go to the trust relationships next to the permissions tab? Yeah. So here in line 12, can you see the external ID? So can you replace that with your Databricks ID? Click on edit trust policy.
You're saying this account ID?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
B8. B8. Okay.
Yes.
See?
Can you save it?
Yeah, saved.
Yeah. Similarly, can you go to the other role, the storage role, and do the same thing there as well? So here, one more thing we have to do. Can you copy the ARN of the previous one, the workspace deployment role? Can you go to the rules again? One. So we need to edit two more things here. That's why I'm. Can you go to the roles again? Yeah. Click on the workspace deployment role. Yeah. Copy that ARN. Yeah. Now come back to that storage role. Yeah. Yes. Click on trust relationships. Yeah. Can you click on edit trust policy? So here in line number 7, so there is AWS and given some error, right? Don't replace it. Don't replace it. Just open the square brackets there.
Where?
Next, before the double quotes, just open the square bracket.
Here?
Yes, yes, yes. There. Yeah. Not flower brackets. It's square bracket. Yeah. Can you place comma after L? Yeah. And then paste it here. Yes. And can you copy the? You have copied the Databricks account ID here. It's replaced here in line number 13.
Yeah, it replaced already. Yeah.
Okay, save it. Yeah. Yes, that's it for the roles part. Can you go to the S3 bucket?
Okay.
So here there is one bucket got created. So this bucket is for the storage purposes. So can you open that bucket?
Okay.
Yeah. Can you click on the permissions tab? Next to properties in the tab set. Yeah. Can you click on edit in the bucket policy section?
Policy. Yeah.
Come below. Yeah, here. Yes. Yeah, here. Similarly, in line number 24, can you replace that with your Databricks account ID? Line 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
AWS. Okay.
Yes. Come down. That's it. Save it. Yeah. That's it for the IAM and the S3 part. That now that the what are the pre-configuration setup is done, and we have updated the respective Databricks account ID, and we are now able to communicate with AWS from the Databricks account. All the configurations need to be established is done now. Now you can go to the Databricks account, and from there you can create the workspace.
Quick start or manual?
Yes, from here. Yes, not quick start. It's manual.
Okay.
You can give some meaningful name to the workspace name here.
Okay.
The GUID what Nikhil is finding, right? I'm not able to find in my account in Databricks.
What is the ID you're using, sir?
Like the Databricks account what I've created, right? The premium one. So there I cannot find this GUID what Nikhil is able to find there. In this
Okay, once I think Nikhil completes, right? You can able to see there is the N symbol is there, right? Profile. So there you can able to find that.
So when I click in mine, I do not see that GUID appearing there. I just see the settings, previews, and feedback logout.
Okay. You created the premium account, right? Right. I will share one URL to you. You can use that one.
Choose
chat
US.
URL.
Yeah, I think I'm.
Yeah, choose US East 2 region here.
US East 2.
East 2. Yeah.
Ohio. And you can able to see
Ohio.
below North Virginia.
Below.
Below North Virginia, you can able to see. Can you come down? If you give third one, from last to third one.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Click on next. Yeah. Drop down the create storage configuration. Yeah. Give storage configuration name.
Yeah.
Can you go to S3 bucket and copy the bucket name and give it here?
Okay.
S3. Yes. Copy this bucket name and give that bucket name here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And similarly, can you go to the IAM? IAM. Can you go to the storage role in the IAM? Yeah, this is the story. Copy the ARN in the summary section. Okay. ARN. In the summary section, you have the ARN. Yeah. Copy it and give it here. Yes.
Yeah. Even.
Come down.
Like great.
Yes. Create and continue.
Credential.
And same way. Yeah. You can
Similarly,
click on
add new credentials.
Okay.
Yeah. I give the name to the credentials configuration and copy the other role ARN and give it
deployment
here.
role.
Okay.
Deployment role. Yeah.
ARN. Okay.
Yeah. Create workspace.
Yeah. Create workspace. Yes.
You can refresh the page.
You can refresh the page.
It's provisioning.
Yeah.
So one question here. So basically, we are not at all using cloud formation here, right?
No.
So So we don't need to create the stack and all that stuff like we used to do earlier. Totally, it is
Hmm.
manual process, right?
Yes, this is
First we,
manual.
first we directly go to Neo Pro AWS. We
Hmm.
would do the roles and like the IAM stuff, and then the
Hmm.
like right. First, I will actually log into the Databricks, the premium one, right?
Hmm.
Then the bucket will already be there. Then we'll go to the roles in AWS. Then the bucket like S3, do the settings there, and then again go back and create a workspace manually, right? If to summarize, right?
Can we also do this again for someone else? Many of them missed those steps.
Hello, I'm audible, right?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, you are audible now.
Yeah.
Can you do the steps again for someone else to set up so that
Yes, please, yes, please.
Now
So after that, what I did is in that workspace UI, it open tab came. I just opened and I'm just checking like whether computer will open.
so can we again go from the start? Maybe I can share the screen.
Yes, you can able to share.
Okay. Shall I share, Nikhil? Like, is it okay, my?
Yeah, you can share. Stop share.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so basically I'm in this login screen first, right? Account.databricks.com, right?
You can log into the Databricks and you can open the AWS account also parallelly.
Okay. Meanwhile, I have opened a new Pro AWS account. Okay.
You can switch to the Ohio region.
Close and Ohio region you are saying. Okay.
And you can go for the IAM.
Fine. I will take this and the start, and then this also.
for me, I'm not able to choose any regions.
I guess in S3 it is global.
In the IAM, you will be in a global. Only in the dashboard, you will be able to choose. In the IAM, you will be in a global. So you can go for the roles.
I am
You
role.
can go for the role. Two roles will be created. One is deployment role only. Can you come down?
Yeah, this one.
So, yeah, you can select that role and you can replace your Databricks account ID in the trust relationship. You can edit this one and you can replace here with your Databricks account ID.
Here and this one, right?
Yes, absolutely right. No, here not here. In
Yeah.
the external ID, yes, absolutely. You can save it. So, and in the roles section, you can go ahead. In the there is a S3,
Storage.
yeah, in the storage.
Mhm.
And the same way, you can copy the Databricks account ID and you can save it.
Same.
Yeah.
Just to
Sorry, where we have to do the second step?
again we go to bucket like the storage bucket, Mayur, and then we'll again do the same thing. Trust policy, edit.
And you have to seek and save here, and you have to copy the Databricks deployment role is there, right? That role I have to copy again. Can you come to the roles again? Roles.
Okay.
So deployment role here. Can you copy deployment here?
PRN.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. One.
Can you go for the storage credentials?
storage role.
Yeah, yes, yeah. And in the trust relationships,
Mm-hmm.
click on the edit trust policy.
Mhm.
In the line number 7, okay, you should open one square bracket.
We are
And
creating a kind of a list here, right?
yeah, you can paste that one. In the double quotes you have to do it.
Yeah, sorry.
You can close that one. Yeah, you can save that. So now we are in the role section. You copied both, and in the S3 also you have to replace with your database account ID, which is the already by default one S3 bucket will be created, right?
S3.
So in the S3 bucket you have to replace with your database account ID.
Yeah, just go in there.
This AWS IRN from where we have to copy?
In the roles you can able to see above here and you can able to see. I think once you're done, right? You can able to yeah, like this you can able to see. This you can able to see, right?
Like this one. Summary.
Yeah.
One
In
section.
the summary part you can able to see the policy ARN, or it means role ARN.
Okay. In the S3, what I need to do?
You can click on that bucket which is by default which is created. You can click on that. In the permission part you can go. You can come down. You can able to see one of the bucket policy. You can edit the policy.
Okay.
Edit policy. You can there is
Directly
a
I can edit, right? Uh-huh.
yeah, you can able to edit that. You can able to, there is a button called edit is option. No.
This
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, great. There you can able to replace with your database account ID.
Database. This one and
In the down you can able to see, you can come down. Yeah, you can able to see line number 24.
24.
4.
Okay.
You can replace with the one. That's it. You can able to see. That's it. You can able to go to the workspace and you can you come down? I think there is a save button. Now you can able to go to the workspace and you can able to
Now go to the workspace and create it manually.
Yeah. You can do the name.
Then Ohio one, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Storage configuration.
you can give the name. You can go and you can paste the bucket name, which is by default it is created, right?
Okay. Oh, okay. I'll go here then, right?
Bucket name. You can go.
And this name, whole name.
Absolutely. And the IAM role, which is the IAM role of storage role.
Okay. Okay. So I'll go here in the roles.
ARN of that.
The storage role, and then take the ARN here, right?
Absolutely right. Create and configure.
Create
Can select that.
configuration.
Can give the name and deployment role ARN.
Deployment role ARN. Okay. Go to tools.
Create and configure.
Create box.
You can once it is done, you can refresh the page. You can refresh the page.
Okay, it is
It's
provision.
provision.
Okay. So once it is provisioned, then I will actually open it from here and go to the console, right?
Yeah, very good.
Okay. Shall I stop sharing?
Yeah, you can check.
Anyone has done this? That's for all it's working.
Is everyone done now?
Karthik, can I request you to guide me please once?
Yeah, you can. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can refresh the. You can share a screen so I can do it.
Are you able to see the screen?
Yeah. So I think you have done everything. I think yeah. What's best also. So you are replaced with the correct details, right? Like database account and
This is the
policy.
Databricks. I had copied the account ID and then I went to roles. And so storage role I changed. The trust relationship here I changed the
In the
data.
deployment roles also you updated, right?
Sorry?
In the deployment role, there is one more deployment role is there. There also you
So
updated.
deployment role also I went. Trust relationship I have changed that also.
Okay. And you can copy the year of the deployment role. And in the storage also you updated. That means in the storage role.
Storage role I have updated the Databricks this one, and I have added this, right?
Okay, perfect. In the S3 you can replace with the database.
So S3 where I have to go buckets.
In the buckets, yeah. There is a default bucket is created, right? Yeah, you can click on that. In the permission, you can able to see the bucket policy. You can edit the bucket. There is option bucket in the bucket policy is right. Third option. You can able to the third. No. Permission overview.
Okay.
You can edit there. So here you can replace with your Databricks account. There is it line number 24. There you can able to replace with your Databricks account ID. Yeah. Once you save from the AWS, it's perfect. Then directly you can go for
Right.
Yeah, you can save. Now you can go for the Databricks account, Databricks workspace. Here you can go for the workspace.
Karthik, one small correction here. Sir, can you go to the roles once again to the storage role? Can you open the trust relations? So here you have given the workspace storage role. Can you give it the workspace deployment role here?
Okay.
Yeah, that's save this. Yeah.
I have to create new workspace.
Yes.
Which one we have to select?
You can choose create storage configuration. Yeah, you can give some name to the storage configuration.
This also you have to create.
Yes, here you have to give the bucket name. Can you go to S3 bucket and copy the bucket name and give it here? Yeah.
This one you have to copy from here.
Role, yes. IAM role. Can you copy the error in this? Storage, not deployment role, storage role. Yes. Yeah. Here, choose the add new credentials. Yeah, give name. And here, copy the deployment role ARN. Yeah.
Nothing here, right? Great.
Yes, create credentials and continue. Yes. Yeah, create workspace.
You can refresh the page. It will be created.
That is it. Any other setting we have to do?
No change.
No, right? Okay, fine. Thank you.
Every time I have to do because the
Every day
roles
we
will
have
be
to do the settings.
yeah. Only replacing that one. Now we're done, right? Replacing that you have to do.
I I changed the ID in the S3 here.
Okay.
So yeah, do I
You
need
have
to
to
select?
create
Create storage
Oh.
config.
This will be the workspace name, is it?
You can give the name of any.
This is for the storage configuration. You can give some storage, meaningful storage configuration name, like workspace storage, something like that.
Okay.
Give the bucket name here.
Which is default bucket is created, right? That bucket name. Okay.
This name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, I'll find ARN. Okay, there's the one, right? Is this correct? The ARN rule.
You are copying storage. You have to copy the storage account. Since
Sto-
there is a role created, right, for storage.
Yeah.
You have to copy that. No, the IAM.
IAM.
Under the IAM.
Yes.
You have to copy the storage. Your workspace storage is right. Last one. You can able to see the last. No. In the rows. Workspace storage. Yes. Yeah, you should copy this here.
Okay.
Create and continue. And the same way you can create, add new credentials, and you can give the name.
This will be the workspace name.
You can give any name here. And the role area will be your deployment role area, which is by default it is created.
Deployment. No, where will I?
In the role section, the two roles will be created, right? One is like deployment role, and one is storage role. You can copy the deployment role here.
Oh, the deployment.
So by default, two roles will be created. One is deployment, one is storage. You can copy the area of deployment.
ARN of deployment. Okay.
Yeah, you can create and continue. Continue. Create workspace. You can refresh. Yeah, you can refresh the page. It will be created. Yes,
That's it, right?
that's it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so I believe everyone is with that. Hello?
Um,
Yes, Dipesh, I think most of them have done it.
Nice.
Dipesh sir, I need to join the other call. Can I drop now? I
Yeah,
hope.
if everyone have joined, if everyone done with then I think you can drop Manoj.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
So if
Yeah.
anything is, please message us. So we will be calling you. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
all.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. So we were discussing this thing. But anyways, I believe now everyone is set up with that. Just Karthik, are you there? Hello?
No, I think he has left the meeting.
So do we need to do this step today, tomorrow again, right?
It's every day we have to do, he said.
So you can do one thing before you join the session, right? You can create your cluster. So it will be helpful in that case.
But I guess we won't be able to do that, right?
Yeah,
Joining.
only during the session time, I think after 9 only we can
For
do.
AWS, we can't access.
We will ask like Arshia, like if we can give you like let's say half an hour before access the cluster.
Dipesh, is there something that programmatically they can give us some
We
script
have
which we can run
we
and
have we
these
have
things?
tried that, but that did not work because that was creating unnecessary, not all the files on place. So
Mhm.
that was a problem because it's a third party. Nivo Pro is a third party, right? And AWS creation formation, it's getting complicated over there. So for that reason, we created the steps. So there is a steps. Today it had taken you time, but tomorrow when you'll create, it will not hardly take you 10 minutes.
Got it.
So that is how you can plan. Oh, okay, moving further, we were discussing in the last session about the Spark advanced features like the Spark MLlib, right? And I have given you or discussed with you some of the basic linear regression script to all of you, right? So last time we were on little kind of a hurry and then we have discussed a little on a higher pace. But today we will be discussing uh, you know, like little detailed, and then that's how we'll move further, and we'll create a complete end-to-end pipeline of MLlib feature. That is the idea. For that, I think you all can create your cluster here. Okay, so
Dipesh, it's failing for me. Same something API error code.
how many are able to create the cluster here?
Yeah, for me it's working. I was able to create cluster.
So,
Uh,
Hi, Mayur. Actually, your problem is you have to wait for a few minutes. It's like try to restart cluster after 4 minutes. It will start. You can see that error, right? They're saying like your
validated. It is getting validated.
yeah, everything is being validated. Like it may take up to 4 hours, but like I first I faced same issue. After a few minutes I started, it was working fine.
I'll try that again.
okay, meanwhile it's getting started. Let me quickly like brief you what we were discussing. So yesterday I have given you the idea of the linear regression, right? I have told you about this, what is linear regression, what is age is equal to y plus height. So that is the statistical relationship we build, and then we created this kind of a smooth linear regression process in which we had, build a relationship of algorithm. We find out the detailed, way of accessing the data. So that's what we have, look into that about linear regression, right? But when you actually do it on any kind of data sets, right? So we need to get the data, fixed, and then we're going to find out the performance analysis of that data. Okay. So for that, we will be discussing one end-to-end ML pipeline, how to create a end-to-end ML pipeline in Databricks using their advanced Spark MLlib feature. So that we will go through. So see, first of all, see, you need to understand few things, because if you remember, yesterday I told you your data should be in Spark should be like this, in this vectorized form. Do you remember that? Hello, hello.
Yes, Dipesh. Okay.
Yeah, yesterday when I was discussing with you, I had given you the idea, like we actually, uh, use this linear regression, but the data should be into this vectorized form. Okay, we should have a vectorized data, but I had already one vectorized data and I used that, right? So, but that would not work. You need to, do the data transformation in Spark in order to use or read the data into certain way. Okay, so you need to have certain data, and that's how you will do string indexer, or you will able to index the data. So how you actually index the data, how you transform any kind of data, that I will show you here. Just a second. So for that, I will be going to open my compute. Meanwhile, it's going to open. I have yesterday told you about this basic linear regression, right? Yesterday we had discussed this, right? So now I will be going to create a, okay, so the cluster has been created here for me. So I'm just going to tell you like how, we can do data transformation. So here is my Spark session that has been implemented. Then here it's Spark equal to Spark session.builder, Spark session.builder dot app name. So we are doing a data transformation. Okay, and then get or create. So here is my kind of, yeah. Now I will be going to read the data. So for that, here I have a data that have some certain, anomalies that we're going to transform, right? So that I'm doing df equal to spark dot read dot csv, and here I'm supposed to gonna read. For that, I can actually upload data to dbfs. So here is my data, and there is one, some customers are there that I'm opening here. Let me copy this. So here I have uploaded this data here. Yeah. Now once I uploaded here, you know what I need to do. I gonna add this by inferring a schema equal to true, and header is also true. So this is I have taken up. Now once we are done with that, let me do df dot show. Yeah, so this is my data. So in this, what I'm doing here is, so first of all, I'm going to, uh, you know, uh, like this is my data. Here I'll make some changes. But to just give you a quick idea, like let's say if you have any kind of data, how you gonna do string indexing, or how you going to make any data to be transformed based on your requirement. So you can do multiple things. You can do string indexing. You can do vector indexer, you can create on that, you can create multiple ML features on the top of that, so that we can do this. If I'm audible to all of you guys. So here um, I'm doing a string indexer. So here, let's say we have a small data frame. So uh, my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, Dipesh.
Yeah. So like I'm just quickly telling you like how to do string indexing. uh, Here let's say I have Spark. You need to import something, to access the string indexing. That is a feature comes under MLlib. So from PySpark dot ml dot feature import string indexer, right? Once we do that, then we create data frame. So in this here, how you know that how to create data frame. So like we can create data frame by giving some values here. Let's say call 0 comma a, 1 comma b, 2 comma c, 3, any values. Right. So a few values that we have created, and apart from this, some of the, let's say call user ID, user ID, sorry, yeah, yeah. So this is my data. Let me quickly do this. PySpark dot ml dot featu feature. Okay. So here I'm just indexing. So indexer. Here is the string indexer. and the data we are taking is, so we are defining this category will be take from the data. So here is my input column equal to and here is the output column is we will be creating a new column name that's called category index. So here you can see that we have taken up this data and this is the indexed equal to indexer dot fit on your data frame dot transform data frame. Here is the you can see. So we have indexed that data. Can you see that? So we have actually indexed those values into a string indexer. So here is the category indexer that we have right now with us. Yeah. Yeah. Similarly, there is one thing that we need to check that is called vector indexer because as you remember, like in vector indexer, we are creating kind of a vector of your data. So here, like when I have told you how to do linear regression, your output data is into form of vector. So this is vector indexer. Okay. So how we can create a vector indexer basically. So for that, again, we need to use the, there is a feature in ML that will allow you to create a vector of data. Means whatever CSV file you will have, it will convert into this vector form. Okay. If I'm audible to all of you. Hello. Yeah. So how we create a vector indexer basically, just, so basically, again, I will be using, so from PySpark dot lim alv import vectors, right? And from PySpark dot ml dot a feature import to assemble that vector assembler, right? And just quickly telling you how we actually assemble it on any small data. Basically, you need to create your data should be something like into certain form so that you can assemble that. So how that data will be look like basically. So the data should be, let's say I'm just showing you with Spark dot the frame. So data will be like that. So you will have some certain features and your data will be like this in a dense feature. So there, yeah, and Here is your data like this. You can define any one of them. So let's say R feature like this. And you can even clicked on that or not. So certain features are there, and then how we going to vectorize. So you can have a look. So this is a vectorized data basically. And this is a vectorized data, and how you make sure that any one of the data you have, PySpark, PySpark MLlib ml dot name vectors. It is S vectors. From PySpark.ml.linlb import vectors. Vector assembler dataset create data frame. Okay. Vector things. Should not having this. So if yeah, can you see that? This is a vectorized data. So basically, this is our kind of a vectorized data. This is a total vectorized data for us. Now, on any data, let's say you have any kind of data, like we have imported a data that's, here on the top, we have imported this data. So on this data frame, let's say you wanted to access or you wanted to create anything. How are we going to do that? Or maybe on this data, even though you wanted to assembled as into use for MLlib data set. So for that, you need to create a proper creation of data into vectorized form. So this is the pipeline process. So whenever you are getting a data and you wanted to apply a kind of a MLlib pipeline on the top of it, you should prepare data into this certain way. So you need to assemble that data in a prepared way. So vector assembler. Here you see input false equal to, yeah, we have taken R. How we can prepare? That's what I'm telling you. Mobile user feature features, and your output column I'm defining like this. So output column is equal to yeah. So this is one thing, and then I will assemble that data. So output data will be get assembled like this. So assembler dot transform on the data set, the data that we have created above. You see that user features USER FEA F-E-A-C-U-R-E-S, features. Yeah. So this is your data. Out of this, if you wanted to get, just do output dot select. It has created certain data. When I show you, it will print the whole certain data. So I'm just going to show you first, like how does it look like. It will be like this. Just a second. I'm just selecting a wrong output dot show. How does it look like? Let's have a look here. So it has now transformed data that's called features, correct? So this will be your data, feature data. So here it will be, your data should be like this. So when you will create a data, it will be like this, select. It should have a feature column, features, comma, lit. CLI, Yeah, so FEATURES, FEA, spelling is FEA. Now this data has to be populated inside linear regression. Are you getting my point, guys? All of you? Hello?
Dipesh, I have a question. Is there a better way to do all these transformations and creating the vectors? Do we get the inbuilt packages, or do we have to every time when we get the?
This is the inbuilt package, but again, you need to apply on this, right? So this is the only process by which you will transform any CSV into the prepared, PySpark format to apply on ML pipeline. Or either you need to create function. But even if you are creating function, you need to select the columns.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the way. Now, this is the way by which how I have accessed the data. Okay. I want you to quickly go through. Let me just quickly share this and then I'll tell you how to, I highlighted some extra accessible. Yeah. So here I'm just sharing this to all of you. You will able to access the and HTML5. Please let me know if you are able to access it on your browser. Okay. So it's accessible, right? So you will able to then means can apply on this easily. It will for us now to give you anything. So this is the one way by which you transform your data, right? Quickly try to apply on this. Quickly try to access the data. And then I will tell you how you do a complete ML pipeline on the top of it.
Dipesh, I have a small question here.
Please.
You index the category column and we index the whole thing, right? What exactly is the use case of it? Like, in real time scenario, do you have an example? Like, where do we use this indexing and how do we are utilizing in the next pipeline?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Have you heard about one hot encoding or have you heard about a string encoding kind of thing?
Sorry,
No, let me just tell you. Basically, what happened when you apply, you have a data, right? You have to make some sense out of a column based on, let's say you have three different types of fruit. So fruit is let's say called apple, mango, and banana. Okay. You have more features like you have let's say you have categories, their size, their length, their width, their something like that. Okay. Now you have the column of data in which you have some information that's called apple equal to apple having length is so and so, width is so and size is so and so, whatever it is. Banana is so and similarly you have 1000 rows, and every 1000 rows have these information. Okay. Now, when you are making a sense, like based on size and length, what whether it is a banana, whether it is a mango, whether this is something like this, and you are making a linear regression, you are making a pipeline. Let's say you are making y equal to mx plus c. So based on this value, you are predicting whether it is a banana, mango, or anything based on their size or something like that. So then you convert rather apple you are predicting, you will put apple as a one or mango as a two, this as a three kind of thing. And then once you do that, then again you will be making sense like you will create a new column in which every time the mango is present, you will put one. If banana is not present, you will put zero on that particular column. So in those kind of conditions, we use this string indexer.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
I have one question.
Yeah.
So if we do one hot encoder, right, it will create like so many new columns. Or if we do string indexing, it will do like if like it will basically it will make it as like a categorical model, right? Classification model kind of thing. Means in one column only every index will got every string will get mapped to these specific numbers, right?
Mhm.
So like which one to use in which cases?
Means
So when to use one hot encoder or when to use a string indexer? Like
it
which one?
depends. For this, there is a detailed discussion required because like for one hot encoding, we should know what before this we do feature engineering based on and we know the features, right? So for that, there is a certain statistical understanding we should have, and then we will be able to do that. So that's a part of a detailed discussion, like when to use what. There are varieties of indexing methods are there. So yeah, I mean that is a kind of a detailed discussion may require.
Because I am getting like one thing, because using string indexer we can able to do in one column only. Then why do we need one hot encoder? That's question I'm getting. That's the reason I asked.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, see, one hot encoder is again giving or making your data more on ML pipeline because once your data is featured, right? So you have let's say one, two, three, right? So predicting one, what do you mean by one? What do you mean by one? What do you mean by two? What do you mean by three? There is no sense, right? What is the mean? Means if you create one hot encoder, you created three columns instead of only one column having one, two, three. You created three column where there is one is available. You put one is present and then rest is 0, 0, 0. Where there two is present, you put two there. Rest is 0, 0. Where you put so that is how it makes sense out of the column. And when you are making a prediction, when you're making an analysis of data, or when you're making sense out of the data, that is how you will able to be more articulated on the data side. That is the sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking is it will create a huge sparse matrix, right? One hot encoder. And here
Yeah.
also string indexer will avoid the sparse matrix.
Mm,
So here like training everything will be very faster and predicting also very faster. So
correct.
that's what I was just thinking. I think okay, I got that.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what I said. Like it's for this, a few more detailed discussion may require. So that is how you can actually we can do that. But that is that is something for this. We need to discuss few more concepts. But in general, you can understand the process. Like if you do string indexing in this, string indexing is just to make converting any sort of data into string to integer or values over there. And one hot encoder is the concept of MLlib, machine learning. So that is the one another stuff. Okay, so you got to know like how to do this, right? What is the next? Next is how to apply this on real-time data. How we can apply this on real-time data. and how we can make sense, out of it, and how we can do some understanding out of it. So let me just quickly walk you go through. First, you please debug this and ask me if you have any question on that.
Dipesh, what about the CSV file? How?
On this we can work, we can, there is no requirement as of now. I'm just telling you how these data look like, but later on you can apply these things on the top of it. So I want you, can you do one thing? Can you just, instead of where is ABC, I want you to convert first into a string indexer, okay? And then I want you to do in a vectorized form, okay? Can you all do that quickly on this? Let me just share you this data in the chat box. Yeah, I have given you the data. I want you to quickly just apply this string indexer and as well as this vectorize on the data. Yeah, please all of you do that. I believe this is visible. Yeah. So how I have done is, you can see my screen. Let me quickly enlarge it. See, first of all, I imported, linear regression from Spark SQL, ML imported linear regression. I read the data. So basically, I had a data called e-commerce CSV, and the data I read. And after doing that, what I've done is I need to, this is the schema of my data. These are the columns. Then, as I mentioned here, I have actually, first converted into vector assembler. Okay, because you know that we need to get the data to be in a certain way, so that your data should be assembled into certain Spark features, so that you can apply some MLlib on the top of it, right? So let me just quickly connect this with uh, here. As I mentioned, what I have done here is I have from PySpark.ml feature import vector assembler, assembler equal to vector assembler dot set input columns, average session length, time on app, time on website, length of membership, and then this is the feature. Okay, so this is the features. And this is what I have, like applied this assembler. So basically what I have taken from the data, I have taken average session length, time on app, time on website, length of membership, and I set it as a feature column. Yeah. And as an output, I transform the data frame. And this is what about my data frame. So I'll show you. Here is the data frame. So, and then I converted that data frame and I described that data. So you can see that this is the description about my data. The total count is 347, mean is so and so. And then, so, and one more thing, sir, before I actually tell you anything, just a second. Let me just quickly tell you. So I have transformed the data. Do you have any doubt here till here? Anyone? Hello.
Dipesh, can you please explain once again this data, what is it and
Correct. So basically what I have done here is, this is my data, right? And we need to convert into vector form so that we can apply MLlib on the top of it. This you understood? Like we have vectorized the data here. Previously, just I told you, right? Here, there is that. We created now a file that I have shared with you as well as.
yes, got it.
Yeah. So I have vectorized the data here. So what I have done here is to vectorize the data. In vectorized data, there should be two columns. One is the output column and one is the feature column, right? So I'm creating a feature column. So out of my total data, I'll show you here. This is the total data. This is the total data. Yeah, in this total data, we have, let's say, yeah, we have email, we have address, average length, time on app, time on website, length of membership. So basically, this e-commerce data is nothing but it's a gaming data, and on gaming data, how many people are playing game, what is the length of membership. So based on that, whether they will able to retain the game or not, the next membership. So regarding that, so there, what is the price of that? Something we are predicting, supposed to gonna predict. So this is the data, okay. And if I display df.display, it will give you a better idea of your data.
Display spelling.
Yeah. So this is your data in which you have email, address, avatar, session length, time on app, time on website, length of membership, yearly amount is spent. Okay. So this is the data. Now, based on this, we have taken in our output column, because we want to prepare our data something like this, in which we have a feature column and one is the label column or output column like that. So for this, we are doing vectorize. Okay. So here, in order to do vectorize, I have taken that vector assembler. Input column is average session length, time on app, and time on website, and length of membership. Got it?
Okay.
And I set it as a feature column, right? Then I'm transforming that assembler, this that I have created on my data. That's called data frame. That's we had already. Got it? Now here, this is what uh, you know, and then I taken up this data. I selected features dot. I can show you features dot. So here is my data. Basically, right now when I show you, this is my data. Let me just show you. So this is the data that we have created, in which we have a feature column and we have a yearly amount spent. Okay. Now, what I'm doing is there is a concept in machine learning. Basically, let's say you have a 100 row, let's say about 10 rows and 1000, sorry, 10 columns and 1000 rows. Okay. So in machine learning, there is a concept called, uh, there is a concept of train test split. Okay. For cross validation. So what does it mean of that? Let's suppose you have a data. Okay. So that's it. Yeah. So there is a concept of train test and split. So let's suppose you have a data, Okay. So this data, what we do, we break the data in two parts. One is called training, and one is called test. So basically, why we do train test? Because let's suppose based on this data, you will find out the linear regression M and C. Hello? Of y equal to mx plus c. We will find out M and C based on this train data. Okay. And to test, based on this M and C, you will predict this y predict on this test data. Why we do this? So we'll understand our validation of data, like what is the accuracy of your data. We will able to understand how your data is, pretending inside sample data sets, a sample data. Did you got the concept? Hello.
Yes, Dipesh.
Dipesh, one thing. So in this vector assembler, can you go to that code?
Yeah.
Here, like the output column is the features, right? And input columns are the vector assembler. Like we are passing from the data set, right?
Yeah.
So basically, with like we are only taking the fact data there, right? But we have
Mhm.
missed the last column. So like how do we decide basically which we need to choose?
No, no, no. I did not get your point. Means
So basically for input columns, which columns we need
feature
to
is there.
no input columns, not output. Output is features, right?
Input is here. Input is
Yeah.
here.
So output column is features. That is fine. I'm asking about input columns.
Mm.
How we decide which columns to pass from the data frame in that list,
How we decide? Like we should choose every second and time on earth, right? That.
right?
Okay, that's a good question, basically. Basically, see, you need to understand one thing. See, in order to decide which column you need to take, you should have an understanding of feature engineering. Means what all the features will impact the yearly amount spent. Okay, so that is a data mining concept in which we understood what all the best feature that is making an impact on your yearly amount spent. Okay, so you understand uh, a bit. Just received an important call. Yeah, I was talking about like, so I believe you got to understand like how on what basis we selected. So you need to understand while you are making a machine learning algorithm using feature engineering techniques, we got to know what are the important features throughout, to predict something. So basically, when you are predicting a data, let's say, or you are doing y equal to mx plus c, what are the feature that will dependent on y, So what is the major impact on y that we need to look around? So once we actually have understood about the feature of Y, then we make a sense out of it. Like, yeah, I mean, this is something making sense based on your PCA or based on your, like principal component analysis technique or eigenvalue vectors and all. So there are some techniques we look around, or maybe looking through the correlation technique by using EDA and all. We got to understand. That's how we make the sense out of it. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. So I have taken the data and this is my data, right? Now I am putting the data here. This is my final data. After this, I have taken this final data and, I have, split the data into train test. So here you can see that I split the data into train test and, I describe the data and this is my data basically.
Dipesh, one quick question before we move on. So I was trying when you apply the vector assembler, right? When you want to convert the into vectors, always we are taking something which is numeric in nature, right? Like in the previous example and in this example also, like the time spent or the average, all are mostly integer or float. So is it only specific for integer space, or we can also vectorize columns which has string in it, or
No. See, you are making a algorithm, right? So when you're applying algorithm, it can only work on string, or sorry, integer or float data, right? So how can you use that data
because
for feature?
strings can for example, when you initially mentioned with the group, right, group A, B, C, A and
Uh-huh.
B are also kind of a
So
feature,
for
right?
that
So
reason, you need to first string the data. You need to do a string indexer, and then afterwards you need to, use
apply the vector.
correct,
Okay.
correct. So for
Thank you.
that reason, I will be giving you one problem statement also that you can solve. So accordingly, this will help you.
Okay, thanks.
Deepesh, can you little bit scroll up? Just want to see the above code, what it is doing. Like the train and test data, what you created, right? That one.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I have created train and data. Yeah, this is the data. This is my random split of 70 and 30.
Okay, random split is a function which is in the library, the package.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
What is
under
it?
which package? Random split.
Yeah. So I uploaded the data. I have taken, so data dot random split is basically, I'm random split I'm doing. Yeah.
Is it a part of ML or PySpark SQL? Random split.
PySpark.
PySpark. Randomly.
It comes with linear regression, right, Rupesh? The random split, the package which you imported.
Yeah, I mean, did I?
I think on the top where you have imported the linear regression.
I imported linear regression only, right? So no, means random split is not just. If I would have used that, I would have taken up the linear regression dot random split, like I have taken up the assembler dot transform.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did this random split, and then I taken up the data. So 70 and 30% data is splitted here. You can see that in 350 data are into train and 150 data is into this. So this is how the data is here. Then I applied this on this data. Linear regression label column, yearly amount is spent, and the train data. And then that's why I printed the intercept, and coefficient. So here is the intercept and coefficients. And in order to evaluate my model, so basically there is a concept called evaluation. In evaluation, what we do, basically we find out the value of P and the value of R. I'll show you the mathematics, a bit of mathematics. I believe you will be able to understand it.
If you don't mind, can you also explain that coefficient and intercepts, how it is going to help and what information it is giving us?
Coefficient is what? It's M. Yeah, I'm just explaining you. Just give me 1 second. Huh?
Oh.
Right. Yeah, is it visible to you guys?
Yes.
Okay, so basically the idea of linear regression is, so when you made a model, like let's say you have, this is the estimated value and this is the actual value. So the linear regression, when we try to build a relationship between X and Y, our goal is like what we are predicting and what is the original value, the error should be very less. Okay, the goal is to reduce the error. Okay, so we had a value, let's say call Y, X and Y. So this is your X and Y. X is called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y is 3, 4, 2, 4, 5. Okay. So M is this. This line is called M. This line is called M. Slope of line. Okay. And this point here, this point is called C, intercept. Okay. So the formula of M is in Y equal to mx plus C is called X minus X mean, Y minus Y mean upon X minus X mean ka whole square. So basically, let's say I find out the X minus X mean, Y minus Y mean, X minus X mean ka whole square. I got the value of M is called 4 by 10. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. Once we got the value of M, by putting the value of M, we can get the value of C. So let's say if Y equal to called 3, so 3 equal to 4 by 10 into 1, okay, plus C. So by taking the value, I will get the value of C is called 2.4. This is the value. I have M and C. So M is your coefficient and C is your intercept. Got it? Hello? Yeah, I believe you got to know.
Yes.
M is your coefficient and C is your intercept. Now there is a concept of, so okay. Now once you get the value of this, you are putting all the value of Y and you got the value of Y predicted. So your original Y is what? The original Y is 3, 4, 2, 4, 5, and your this Y is 2.8, 3.2, 3.6, 4.0, 4.4. Yeah. So once you do that, okay. Now here we need to find out the R square. R square is nothing. See, we need to check whether a model what we have created is right, good, or not good. How do we check? How do we check the goodness of it? Is by using R square. So R square is what? R square value is a statistical measure of how close the data are from the regression line, the fitted regression line. Okay. So the value of R square lies between 0 to 1. 0 to 1 means if it is near to 0 means less, uh, you know, uh, like 0 means 0% data is able to fit in the regression line. 1 means 100% data is fitted to the regression line. 0.5 means 50% data is, fitted to the regression line. Okay. And the formula of R square is nothing but YP. YP means predicted by summation of YP minus Y mean the whole square and Y minus Y mean the whole square. So here R square I'm getting 0.3 means 30% of data can be used from the predicted line. Are you getting my point? Hello.
Just God. Can you scroll a little bit up, Dipesh? Just wanted to see the R. What is it? R square.
R square is called the one of the performance evaluation technique to check whether your prediction that you have made is correct or not. Okay. So it's a performance evaluation technique. R square is giving you the idea. Let me just quickly. So once you build a model, the next logical question comes in mind to know whether the model is good enough to predict in future or the relationship which you have built between dependent and independent variable is good or not. So for this purpose, there are various metrics which we look into that. R square. R square is nothing, but it's a TSS, total sum of square minus residual sum of square upon TSS. Okay. R square ranges from 0 to 1. R square of 0 means that the dependent variable cannot be predicted from the independent variable. R square of 1 means that dependent variable can be predicted without any error from the independent variable. And so on, 0.2, 0.4, whatever it is. Did you get my point? Similarly, there are multiple other metrics. So in our case, when we have this, like the one that I was displaying you, um, in this mean square error. So when we find out the fitted regression line, we got R square 0.3 means 30% of data can be predicted from the regression line. Let's call R square method. Did you got the point? What is R square? Hello?
Yes, 30% is like not good, but right then.
Correct. We need to do at least 70, 80, 90% somewhere, 95%.
Like so for doing that,
Or there is another method called gradient descent algorithms and all. There are some other techniques. So that's is there stochastic gradient descent and all. So I'm just showing you how to do this. So here
one question here, because so for example, we see here R square is 0.3, which is worst, like not like we cannot predict properly using that, right? And we need 70-80% at least. So for like what we need to do basically so that it will increase, like basically we need to choose.
first of all, we need to shift the decision boundary. We need to shift the decision boundary. We need to look into the data again and again. Okay. Decision boundary means we need to make tweak of value of M and C also sometimes. Okay. So when we tweak the decision boundary, let's say C sometimes. And so for that, there is a process called gradient descent algorithm.
Do we need to also change the like add or remove X, right? Like the
no. The data point will remain same. Okay. We need to modify the decision boundary. We need to modify our regression line, or we have a different types of regression algorithms like polynomial, and others. We can try those also. So that will of course will reduce, or even before that we need to prepare or maybe normalize the data in a such a way so that we can understand. So there is a multiple technique. It's a complete detailed data science process. Yeah, just I'm talking about this. So once I get the coefficient and intercept, I have evaluated the model, means I have taken the prediction data. So here to evaluate, I am evaluating on which data? Test data. Hello? And this is my features, yearly is found, and this is the prediction. So original data, features, and this is the predicted data, prediction. And then based on this, I am just going to print the R square. R square is what? 0.98, means 98% of data can be predicted out of it. Are you getting my point?
Yeah, means 98% accuracy, right?
Correct, 98% accuracy. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to give you this thing first for all of you, and I'll give you another 5 to 10 minutes just to work and go through. Okay, and in 5 7 minutes, once you are done, you can ask me a question, and then I'll give you one proper assignment for this. So just
Can you also share that scan document was there, right? That formulas.
that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, in this also, in the one, the scan document, that's my handwritten notes. Basically, it was just to explain my students. I have also mentioned the gradient descent algorithm. So if you see that in below, this is the gradient descent in which, let's say, if you wanted to shift the value of m, okay, so you can update the this is w means m, okay. So what you can do that the formula of updating m, is this 1 by 2 t minus y. Okay. So t is again the target, y is the value that you wanted to update. So whatever the error, you do this, keep doing this delta w. There is a concept, there is advanced concept behind that. Okay, keep doing that again and again. Something. Then you check the binomial distribution of data, the field, multiple techniques are there.
Yes. This notes looks good. That's why if you can share it would be helpful.
Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me share you one problem statement. Okay. So problem statement are in detailed way. Okay. I am sharing you one data in which the cruise data. Okay. In that cruise data, there are some certain columns. Let me show you. First of all, here's the problem. So this is the problem statement. You can see my screen. Yeah. Um, hmm.
Want me to open that project?
Yeah, the problem statement is that.
Dipesh?
I can see your screen. Okay. So basically, there is one Hyundai Heavy Industries Limited, and there is a cruise data that I have shared you. Basically, we need to build a regression relationship with that, in which we have ship name, cruise line, age, tonnage, passenger, length, cabin, passenger, crew, and all. Okay. So what do you need to do that in this data? First of all, if you see that in your data set, if you read the data set, can you open the Excel file? This Excel file what I have shared you.
The cruise ship one?
Mhm. And the cruise ship one, when you see that the cruise line, the cruise line, this cruise line is a string data, right? So what you need to do, you need to do a string indexer and you need to convert into some integer. For the point, this cruise line. And after you do that, then you're going to apply this vector assembler on the top of it. And then you will build a regression relationship between your output variable. So the output variable will be where its features and then crew. Crew you have to predict how many crews required. So this will be your data, and that is how you will build a relationship, linear regression that we have done. Got the point? Yeah. So please do that, all of you. You can stop share and you all can.
So first I read the model, means CSV file, and after that what I did is I applied the like string indexer and cruise line, and I ignored the ship name details because all are many different names are there, so it was not required. So I used this. I converted this using string indexer, and all the remaining columns are in int. So later, what I did is I created the vector assembler of all the columns apart from the crew column. That is our target column crew. So I skip that from the vector assembler, and later applied the random split and created the linear regression model. Later, okay, this is additional part. Yeah, this is. I just checked the accuracy. That's it. 88%.
Great, 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 great.